Hey, it's me, Babs, and today I have something new. A new sketchbook. That's right, an actual sketchbook, and not a sketchpad like my other three sketchpads. Not that there's anything wrong with using a sketchpad, but I've been watching a whole lot of sketchbook tours this past few weeks, and I think, personally, using a sketchbook would help me improve my creativity and compositions, especially with smaller pages instead of drawing tiny doodles on huge pages to to digitalize later. Yes. Also, I think I'm gonna do a sketchbook tour of my previous sketchbook or sketchpads. You know, if I deem them worthy of touring. Anyway, so I bought this sketchbook off of Shopee. It's A5 in size, only 110 pesos or around 6 US dollars. As you can see here, I have a container full of stickers, then I actually made this myself. I just printed a whole bunch of PNGs off Pinterest, used clear tape to protect the stickers and double-sided tape for the back, and these took a long time to cut and tape, but paid off. It was a good way to kill time. So now I'm laying out the stickers for the cover of my sketchbook. And fun fact, I recently got into System of a Down like earlier this year, maybe February or March, but I am obsessed with them. Basically, they're this Armenian American nu metal band whose songs range from anti-war stuff, completely nonsensical stuff, and that with political undertones. And their music just has a very unique feel, and the way they incorporate their culture's music into metal is just whoa. The thing I love about the music I love now is how it transcends culture and connects with literally everyone. Like, for example, I used to be heavily obsessed with Celtic punk, but I still am. And I love how homely they felt, and there was just this sense of camaraderie in their songs, and I actually wanted to be Irish at some point. And, anyway, the point is, I love traditional or cultural instruments meshed with heavy music. That's like amazing for me. Anyway, the reason I brought this up is I have a System of a Down self-titled album sticker on my sketchbook. The hand there. And also Mickey Rickshaw, an amazing Boston-based Celtic punk band. I love them. I'm starting the first page of my sketchbook with a self-portrait. I don't do self-portraits very often because I can never get my face right for some reason. I don't know, it's weird for me to draw my own face, I guess. By the way, I have a new persona, and she feels like a cartoon character though, because I only draw her in one outfit. Don't worry though, I'll show y'all later. But first, some life updates. Did you know I'm about to go to college in a few months? That's super scary, and I'm gonna enroll in 2 weeks, so hopefully I can get into the course that I want. Also, I've been thinking about living near a university, like dorms or shared apartments, because I live in a different city. And yeah, that's like 3 hours of traveling just to go to college. But anyway, I'm gonna see first if traveling is worth it. And living with strangers is also scary because what if they see me voicing over my videos under my blanket? Wouldn't that be weird? Oh, and by the way, I used this knockoff micron pen to line this. I think knockoff art supplies are amazing, for the most part. They're way cheaper and the quality is pretty good. Well, sometimes. I can't say that for sure because there are a lot of low quality knockoffs, but the ones that I have are pretty good. Yes. Anyway, live update number 2. I hosted a live. You probably haven't been following my System of a Down fan art account, and that's great. Please don't. But anyway, I did host a live last week, and my friend joined in, and we drew together while people were moshing in the comments to the songs I played in the live. It was so fun, and I ran into so many technical difficulties during the live, but hands down, that was the best art experience of my life so far. And my third life update. Last month, my family and I watched sci-fi's Van Helsing on Netflix. I actually joined in around episode 5 of the first season, but I caught on pretty quickly. What is sci-fi's Van Helsing anyway? Let me summarize it for you in a few words. Vampires. Vampire hunter. Vampire hunter that can turn vampires human again. Short-lived characters. And terrible writing. Honestly, I don't want to watch Van Helsing again. It's so frustratingly compelling to watch. I don't know. The characters make terrible choices, and you're left wondering, how can they fix this? And then they repeat the same mistake, and you just want to gouge your eyes out. The acting is amazing, though. Best acting ever, especially from the guy who played Sam in the series. Amazing, 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 amazing. Character is awful. The acting is amazing, and I think that makes up for everything. To color this, I used Staedtler color pencils and some knockoff Touch 5 markers for the pens. To be completely honest, I don't like coloring, especially with color pencils. Fine, I'll admit that maybe it's just a lack of practice, but I just don't like using color pencils. Hopefully, I'll be a color pencil lover the more time I spend on my sketchbook. Because I've seen like a lot of sketchbook spreads on Pinterest where people would use like color pencils only on a page, and yeah, I wanted to try that too. By the way, I have raccoon stripes now. I did them with some leftover light brown box dye that my mom had, and the end result was kind of underwhelming because it really isn't that noticeable unless there's some light shining at the top of my head. But I like this, and I think it's real cute. Oh, and one issue I have with drawing myself is that I always give myself the wrong skin color. Like, I can count the number of times I've colored my skin too lightly on one hand. Very embarrassing, I know, but I'm trying. Call this character development. Yippee! And of course, I gave myself a corny I Heart SOAD t shirt. You know, System of a Down just went live at Sick New World in Las Vegas last April, and I wanted to go so badly, but I live all the way in the Philippines and a round trip ticket to Las Vegas in this economy? Nuh-uh. I think the next time I'll be able to see System of a Down live is when Serge Tankian and everyone else will be like 80 years old and still rocking in Sick New World. Eh, I don't have any wearable band t-shirts, hence this. My childhood bestie gave me a Panic at the Disco t-shirt back in 2017 for my birthday. Yay! And I have a few cheap 21 Pilots shirts that I use at home. But I want System of a Down shirts too. Here's me cutting mini-me to put in my sketchbook later. And here's a magic cutscene for my half-completed first sketchbook page. I used a black marker and a Stabilo purple highlighter for this. Poster paint is like gouache for the poor. Or that's what people say. I don't know for sure, because this is the first time I used poster paint ever. I think I used too much water, but I was treating this like watercolor paint, so I can say this is like gouache. Who am I kidding? I'm just saying things to pass the time because speeding this part up 10 times will probably break my computer. Anyway, speaking of paint, oh my god. I spilled some paint on my desk because I forgot that I used the lid as my water holder, or whatever that's called. Luckily, it wasn't that tragic and it didn't stain my desk. Finally, I can decorate the pages now. I drew and cut up a few more doodles like stars. Oh, how I love stars. They're so friend shaped. And my persona in my secret System of a Down fan art account doodle style. This is actually inspired by a Y2K version of me that I did on Samsung Air Emoji Studio. And I actually designed the clothes by myself. I may have projected my undying need of a red striped long sleeve and star pants, but
I think she turned out cute. I named her Babs after my username, Babbleduck, and now I go by Babs because the name also reminds me of my favorite DC superhero girl's character, Babs. Candy bracelet feature. I made this a month ago, I think, inspired by Draculara, hence the sparkly pink pony beads. I was gonna go and buy more black pony beads to make System of a Down inspired candy bracelets. Sorry, I literally cannot stop talking about them. They're like the new Sherlock BBC obsession for me, and I just have to mention them every chance I get. So yeah, I was gonna go buy more, but I was like, maybe I should take a break from bracelet breaking and online shopping. And I did. Well, I'm in a state of candy limbo right now. Aw. So yeah, for this page I was thinking of doing a chalkboard style kind of thing at first, but then I realized that color pencils wouldn't look too vivid here, so I switched tactics and went with a composition style because I realized that I have a sticker of Dracula's diary and I wanted to use that as my inspiration. I printed these ransom letter type letters a long time ago, thinking that I could use this in my future sketchbook, and I did. Yeah. Past me would be so happy right now. Are they even called ransom letters? I think they're called collage or magazine letters, but I think, personally, ransom letters sound funnier. Artist Bestie Spotlight! Back in 2020, when I was about to leave my step country and move back to the Philippines, my dear friend Michelle gave me a box of trinkets and letters for my birthday. Look at the stickers. She put in so much effort into each one, these are so adorable. Even the star is shining. I absolutely love her for that, and we've been friends since kindergarten, and she was the one who gave me the Panic at the Disco t-shirt. I have mentioned her before, yeah. Go follow her right now. Her name is Lemon Jams on Instagram, and her art is absolutely adorable. It's just, yes. And that's it for my new sketchbook. I'm really proud of how this turned out, and I think having such a wild and colorful first page will motivate me to make the rest of my sketchbook just as colorful. Here's a quick desk reveal, and I'll see you next time. Bye!